FCSB was established in 1947 as the Army Sports Club Steaua Bucharest and has evolved into one of Romania's most successful football teams. The club has a record 27 Liga 1 titles, 24 Romanian Cups and 6 Super Cups, coupled with a lot of wild fans. Something a lot of people don't know is that FCSB won the European Cup in 1986 and the European Super Cup the same year. So basically they won the Champions League and then the Super Cup all in 1986. At the time of recording this, FCSB has been through some tough legal battles against clubs claiming to be them, ultimately ending up in a stalemate. Some notable players that have played for this club are Lăcătuș, Tătărușanu, the legendary Hagi, and more recently Stanciu, the Romanian national team midfielder, and also Denisman, FCSB biggest sale. This season, they have managed to get into the round of 16 in the Europa League, beating PAOK in the playoffs 4-1 on aggregate. Now, it is also worth mentioning that they will be going to face Lyon in this tie, which is basically the end of the road for them, but it's great that they got this far, especially because they are from Romania, and we don't get nice stuff like this. The club is also rivals with CFR Cluj and Dinamo Bucharest. Speaking of Dinamo Bucharest, they were founded in 1948 and have been a dominant force in Romanian football, known, again, for its fierce rivalry with FCSB, termed the Eternal Derby. The club has secured 18 Liga 1 championships and 13 Romanian Cups and is considered to be the second most successful club in Romania. Recent times, although have been hard on them, being hit with multiple financial issues, they are barely beginning to get results, being relegated only 2-3 seasons ago. Belo Dedic, the only man with 2 Champions Leagues with clubs from the Balkan, played here at the end of his career. Another big team in Romania, and the third team I'll talk about, is CFR Cluj. Formed in 1907 by train workers, CFR Cluj gained notoriety in the 21st century, breaking the Bucharest club dominance, which basically means FCSB and Dinamo up until that point. They have 8 Liga 1 titles with a remarkable streak of 5 consecutive championships from 2017 to 2022. This season they are also struggling financially and the financial backing is almost non-existent as they are forced to sell crucial players in order to keep the club afloat and also give wages to players. And sign more players, of course. I'd say that Munteanu is the only bright talent they have, bought from Fiorentina for like 3 million euros, and is a true poacher and a goal scorer that, in my opinion, can play for teams like Real Madrid right now. Speaking of people that can shoot, we have to talk about Mitrița, the Romanian legend and Universitatea Craiova legend as well. Born in 1948, Universitatea Craiova is celebrated for its passionate fan base and contributions to Romanian football. To be fair, this is a team of the University of Craiova, or at least that's what it started out as. The club has also won 4 Liga 1 titles and 7 Romanian Cups, being semi-successful. Arguably one of the best Romanian players and founders of modern football, Didi Prodan, dedicated his whole life for this club. If I were to compare them to any team, I'd probably say that they are a sort of a Real Betis because they have their own Anthony. Okay, Real Betis also has rivals, and of course Craiova also do. Originating in 1923, Rapid is renowned for its rich history and dedicated supporters and also rivalry against Craiova. Again, this club also got founded by railway workers such as the ever so mentioned CFR Cluj, and the club has won 3 Liga 1 titles, 13 Romanian Cups and 4 Super Cups. I can't think of anyone truly amazing who played for this club to be fair, but they had a lot of decent players. In recent seasons, they haven't won anything notable or even qualified for a European competition. You can say that they are always there, but they win nothing, just like Tottenham. Okay, these are our best teams, but it's also time to talk about mediocre sides. Oțelul Galați was established in 1964 and has made history by becoming the first club from the Moldova region or the Moldavia region to win the national title. But that was long ago. The team secured the Liga 1 championship in the 2010-11 season and won the Romanian Super Cup in 2011 as well. They are currently battling relegation and massive financial issues and unpaid wages, of course. FCSB has profited massively by signing up everyone good at the club for even less than half of the price. I don't see them ending up well, but I still hope they can fix their issues, as I will keep mentioning financial issues ruin most Romanian clubs that have had good results internationally. Look at Unirea Slobozia, who got out of the Champions League groups on the third spot and faced Liverpool, or even Poio Timișoara, who beat Real Madrid 1-0 at home and are financed by fans and in the third league as a semi-professional side. Money does indeed kill. Moving on, we have a newer team in the league. Founded in 2011, Sepsi Oseca has rapidly ascended Romanian football ranks and is already in the first division. Now, This is a club fully backed up by Hungarians, being a sort of a development team for players to send in the Hungarian league. They're nothing more, nothing less of a satellite to the Magyar league. The club has won the Romanian Cup in the 21, 22 and 22 and 23 season, and the Romanian Super Cup in 2022 and 23. Nowadays, they are a constant mid-table side, selling everything good to the Hungarian league or other big teams. Such a shame we let other countries influence our teams and steal valuable players from our championship. If we are talking about stealing players though, Farul probably knows a lot more, but they get stolen more than they steal. Although established in 1920, Farul Constanta has a lasting presence in Romanian football as a mediocre side, mostly in the lower divisions. It all changed when Hagi came along though. You see, the Romanian had his own club in the first league called Viitorul FC, where his son Ianis Hagi also played. The club ran into financial issues, a recurring theme in Romanian football, of course, and decided to do one-of-a-kind merge that was never seen before. Farul took Viitorul's spot in the first league and the players, while Viitorul took the position of Farul in the third league and its players, of course. This swap helped the club win its first Liga 1 title in the 2021-22 season. Besides Hagi's son, Denis Alibek also played there, a good striker that's been in a lot of different championships and is well-rounded. It's also worth mentioning Mazilu, who is currently a substitute at Brighton. Again, right now they are mid-table in Act 12, but nothing is truly final and I feel like Hagi will steer the team back to course. Speaking about steering and recovering, let's talk about a team that is dead last, Politehnica Iași. Founded in 1945, again as a university team like most teams in Romania, same as Craiova for example, Politehnica have been a consistent participant in Romania's top leagues but not really achieving anything, getting either relegated or barely staying in the league and then getting relegated the next season, which is not that good if you ask me. Again, as expected, the club has not won anything and they are battling again against relegation and have always been a mediocre side. It's my favorite part of the video because we talk about my favorite team, UTA Arad now. Established in 1945, UTA Arad is one of Romania's historical clubs because UTA originally was a textile factory and the workers would play football in their free time. Nothing else left to say besides me actually going to some of their games and seeing all of the crazy fans and the insane atmosphere. If you can, I definitely recommend you go and watch one of their games live. It was a life changer for me and I'm not even joking. Some good players in the UTA Arad squad included Miculescu, currently at FCSB, being bought for like 2.5 million. UTA have maintained their status and been a sort of a mediocre side that could sometimes get into playoffs and maybe Europe. But again, it's not always the case. I mean, look at one of the most important Romanian teams in history. I am talking about Petrolul Cluj, of course. Founded in 1924, Petrolul is known for its passionate fan base. The club has secured 4 Liga 1 titles and 3 Romanian Cups, but that was a long time ago. For non-Romanians, the club is named after car gas. Like, I know I am dumb and it's called Petrol, but also with a different pronunciation. So we say Petrol, and I think it's Petrol in English, but it doesn't matter, it's the same thing. And now it's time for a question, for you, the viewer. Who do you think the legendary Romanian Ovidiu Sabău is currently coaching in the Romanian league? I'll give you time to answer. Okay, time is up. It was Universitatea Cluj or U Cluj as it's commonly known. The team was founded in 1919 and is one of the Romania's oldest clubs with a lot of rich tradition. The club has also a sort of one-sided rivalry with a giant CFR Cluj. Both being from the same city, I say one-sided because CFR always wins or draws. The club hasn't won anything yet, but they got into multiple cup finals which they sadly lost. And now, it's the worst team out there arguably, of course, Gloria Buzău. Let's give a huge round of applause for them. Founded in 1973, the club has experienced various periods in Romania's football divisions. The club has not secured major national trophies, but remains a competitive side, battling of course against relegation from the first league. I mean, there are even worse teams out there, but this one is just inconsistent, and I'm talking about Unirea Slobozia. Made in 1955, the team has primarily competed in Romania's lower divisions and has now got a chance to show what it's made of in the first league. I think it's gonna be interesting seeing this relegation fight, to be fair, because they did draw with FCSB with a score of 2-2 and they have a pretty decent side, but I think that they're just inconsistent and don't follow games through to the end and don't apply that much pressure in their game, and they get really easily opened up, defeated in the last seconds of the game, which is heartbreaking to me, to be honest. Last but not least, I'll talk about FC Botoșani. The club was founded in 2001 and earned promotion to Liga 1 for the first time in 2013. Since then, it has been a consistent presence in the top division, known for its financial stability and focus on developing young players. They haven't won any major trophies though. They qualified for the Europa League qualifiers in 2020 after finishing 4th in Liga 1, which is really decent if you ask me. So yeah, nothing much, nothing less, overall a decent side, that's mid-table. Okay, that's it to be fair. And the last team is FC Hermannstadt. Made in 2015, Hermannstadt quickly rose through the ranks and reached Liga 1 in 2018. Although they were relegated in 2021, they made an immediate comeback and have since established themselves in the top league. Their biggest achievement so far is reaching the Romanian Cup final in the 2017-18 season. The thing that really pisses me off is counties getting into football and actually giving money to clubs. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a good thing. I mean, the idea is good, but the execution is kind of shit in my opinion. Imagine you give players that are 30-40 years old and come from Africa 5,000 euros a month, and you give your own homegrown talents like 400 euros a month and force them to not even play. I don't think it's fair for the league because you are not giving minutes to youngsters that could potentially reach Real Madrid, and you're giving minutes to people that are 40 years old and almost finished with their career and their life in general. Regardless of their current form and money-making strategies, these clubs have already left a huge mark on Romanian football.